What brand's that? Primal, Lewis?
Colourforge.
Colourforge.
Oh, is it any good?
Oh, Colourforge is 10 times better than anything else. These are
What,
the size
better than
of the
GW?
cans. Oh, God, yeah. 500ml cans.
Yeah.
About £12 a can. And it's the only primer I know that actually colour matches. Bob on. So, like, your black is black.
Oh, okay.
It's Abaddon black. It's absolutely perfect.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Very small.
Are you right there, Mark?
Yeah, I'm talking to the cat.
Oh,
She's looking.
okay.
She's just heard something. She's heard something outside and was looking very surprised. Yo.
Right. Are we all prepared?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are we all
Probably
sitting
not, but I
comfortably?
think so.
I think so.
You think so? Good enough. Hey.
I've got a drink. I've got chocolate.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
I have to get like.
nearly gone.
I've just got mine. That's why I was a bit late. I have to go through a ritual these days because I was fed up of putting stuff out without my mic working or something else not working. So I think
Monkey.
my mic appears to
The
be
age-old
working.
spectacle, testicles, wallet, and watch.
That's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one. I tell you, this homebrew business, I'm going to have to buy more notebooks. We're only on episode 6, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through my notebook.
Hey now.
I know.
Yeah.
Expensive lot.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Right.
download Minecraft, Dave.
Is it my fault?
Let me just show you this. Your fault, but
Ginned it.
It's made today. He's made that
Oh, nice. Awesome.
out of an Amazon box. Look at that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Steve. No, not Steve. Max. That's wicked.
Ace.
It's a great game. Me and the kids love it.
Yeah, well, I said because we went swimming today. I was just saying to Sammy, and he did the whole length of the pool with no armbands, and he did it like proper kind of effort facing as well. And he was trying, and I said, if you do the length, I says I'll download Minecraft, and you can. All right.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. And I was like, what are we going to bribe him with now? I don't know, McDonald's.
Sausages. That can always work.
So we did. So we got McDonald's and Minecraft out of us today.
Tidy. Boy, done well.
So he's well chuffed.
Oh, yeah.
Drage's on. Colourforge sprays, he's saying. Is this a conversation you've already had?
Yeah. Well, you joined halfway through.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's having a go on the Mark game as well.
Yeah, Colourforge sprays are the pinnacle of priming sprays.
Oh, okay.
I mean, nobody tell me otherwise.
Fair enough.
What about if Jeff, Primer Recommender, said he'd got a better one?
I'd tell him to, shh, I wouldn't be there.
Oi,
And fetch
Jeff.
me gauntlet gold.
No! You come round here.
Okay. So this is Dice and Anger, homebrew campaign, War of Night and Day, episode 6. We're up to now, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to whip out a recap and then we'll begin?
We had just escaped from the Knoll lair, barely with our lives. Was that the end? Were we just running away at the end? I can't remember. Or did we get safe? I can't remember.
We got safe. We took a long rest. And
That
we
explains.
decided that we were going to hide.
Joke with him about his mum. He liked it.
we hid the human flesh paper of the summoning ritual,
Yeah.
which we had found,
Mm.
because obviously we destroyed the platform that we were on as the hundreds of gnolls were trying to get us.
Yes.
So as we fled that, Kairon managed to get it to topple, and fortunately it landed in the right space for us to be able to run and make our escape, which we managed to get outside, fought some more lizard folk, and we then met a wormling green dragon, Brassino, and he seems like a neutral party member. Seemed interested in what was going on, so we told him gnolls have taken over and the night is coming, and he went to tell his mum.
Yeah.
We found a tiny shield.
Oh, we did. Yes, that was my tiny shield, wasn't it?
Yes, we found you a tiny shield.
Yeah.
So you can remain hands-free and
Yeah, I could be handy.
slightly more armoured.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you touch
Um,
Mark's little shield, it expands.
Yeah. If you play with it, it just gets bigger.
So
Yeah.
we took
The most important thing is we reached level 3.
Yeah.
Most important thing.
So we took a long rest, and the plan was to actually back to the temple and basically try and barter with the gnolls to speak directly to Valmit in exchange for these flesh summonings.
Yeah. So you were heading back towards the forest shrine. So I'm going to backpedal ever so slightly. You'd managed to find safety under a large tree. It was safe and secure. So what I'm going to backpedal to is the actual process of you having a long rest. As you've secured the camp, it's in such a favourable position that keeping watch just entails occasionally sticking your head up, and you've got a decent vantage point, so you don't have to separate. You're all in an enclosed space, quite tight together. Part way through you resting, Orb starts acting a little uncharacteristically, shall we say, and it settles between you all. And it's a habit that you've kind of noticed anyway. It doesn't matter where the three of you are positioned. Orb seems to, for the most part, always try and be equidistant to all of you. And as you're settling and doing whatever you're doing, which we can discuss later, it starts to pulsate. And you've seen this pulsating before. You've seen this sort of, it looks like a droplet landing on its surface and the ripples. But this time, the droplet seems to fall onto it, and the ripple seems to just go to beneath it, and then it actually continues. This light sort of seems to be spilling onto the floor. It's not something that alarms you necessarily. You know that Orb is on your side, but as it spills out, you all have flashbacks to your previous lives. So, Heirnrich, you remember some of the skills that you were able. And you know that as you were escaping, you were grabbing bits of metal, stone, and wood, and you know what to do with it. All of a sudden, you retain this memory, and this memory returns to you. And for Kairon, you know how to slip into the shadows. You know, it just comes back to you. It's almost as if it's a forgotten memory that just returned to you, and for Vorana, your rage empowers you and makes you stronger as you gain level 3. But what I would like to do from Heirnrich to Kairon to Vorana is for you to give us another memory, if you would. Then, Mark, you first.
Yeah.
Can you do it without going full Streisand? next time, though, please. I mean,
Yeah, okay. It's just you said memory, and that popped into my head. Yes, but you see a young-looking Heirnrich, beardless, and he's playing with something that you can't see at first looking, and it looks like to be a small toy, clockwork even dragon, and then that fades to another me sat at the exact same desk with my hair spiked, face blackened, and a very surprised look on my face, and there's smoke coming out of the little toy dragon's mouth, and it seems to actually be grinning at me annoyingly. And as Dave said before, realizes what he's been picking up is the things I'll need to create one of these little dragon things, and I believe I can use it as some sort of artillery piece, mobile artillery.
nice. So what happens? So we don't see this. That's just happening to Heirnrich. But you two, you see this light cascading from orb as it goes to Heirnrich, and Heirnrich starts going into this sort of trance-like state momentarily. You know what's happening now. You've both experienced it yourself. And then, if you don't mind, Mark, Heirnrich's all of a sudden moving around feverishly, grabbing these pieces, and it's very much a montage of him slotting bits together. As Kairon, you have your memory.
So Kairon's looking into a cracked mirror, and he sees himself, and he's got his hood up, and he's clutching a dagger that's absolutely dripping with blood. And as he looks into the mirror, he can see like a wall of hanging masks behind him, each representing a soul that he's taken. And as he's looking around, little bit confused because of this flashback, one of the faces turned towards him and says, "You said you'd protect me," and the whole thing just blows into ash.
Ooh. And then Kairon's back in the room. And just before either of you can do anything, Vorana has the exact same experience. What's your memory going to be, Sammi?
So I see myself as a small child. I've got a yellow crave on my shoulder, so clearly still quite strong as a child. And I'm walking with two pails to go fetch water. As a child, I'm wearing rags that are far too big for me. I'm trying to cover my claws and trying to cover my horns, keeping my head down. And my rags catch against something, and I tumble to the ground. I can hear children laughing, and I look up and see two young children staring down, and they start taunting, "Freaks are not welcome here." And they start to pull my hood off to reveal my horns and try to reveal my claws through ripping my rags. I tried to snatch back my hood, and the other children that are around are just kicking the pails around and throwing dirt, and I attempt to shield my eyes. And whilst finding my feet, I rush forward, knocking one of the children to the ground. A voice shouts, freezing us all in place, and shouting, "Children!" And we see an elven man. "What did I tell you about playing with that thing?" And he stomps over, scooping his children up behind his back, and he turns back to me and says through seething teeth, "Stay away from my kids, you half-breed mongrel." And he leads himself and the kids away, and one of them turns back and gives me a last smirk, and I stare at the ground, wiping tears from my eyes. And that's the end of that memory.
Oh, well done, Sammi. You can have inspiration for that. That was really well done. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you've all sort of seen each other have these experiences before, and you've now seen it again. This time, however, it seems to have emanated specifically from Orb, and you've regained some of your previous skills from your previous life. During the rest, did you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I need to check. I need to reattune my musket, pistol to musket. Now I don't need it to
Yeah,
use
that's
one
fine.
hand
That's
anymore.
fine.
Eat, I suppose. We've not eaten, have we?
Where's that rabbit gone?
Yeah, let's cane it.
So yeah, probably we'll start and skin that rabbit that Kairon found as his guys with not stalking.
Rabbit stew.
That was in theory before you were actually captured. I tell you what I'll do. I'll ask Karen to make a survival check for me if you wanted to eat. We'll incorporate this into the rest. So as long as you don't, okay, you don't find much. You find perhaps some root vegetables, some wild onions, something to keep you going. But it's not.
Tell you what we can do.
Delicious.
Like, as Karen does that and he gets really pissed off that he can't find anything, he comes back and punches the wall. He just sits down like this, and then all of a sudden, good berry in his hand, and the berry just appears. He's like, what the fuck is this?
Nice. Okay. Yeah, because you can
berry at everybody.
Well, at least you didn't flick everyone's berry. That's an entirely different proposition. So as you're doing this, as you've settled, Orb is still doing this pulsating as these memories return to you. But then Orb settles, then the light fades, and in fact, it's a very dim light as Orb sort of settles now into the corner of this grassy, these tree roots, and it looks exhausted. It's ready for a rest. Did you want to talk anything amongst yourselves? Did you want to do anything else?
Oh yeah, I'll ask about your necklace, Sammy. I rolled a natural 20 on my Arcana check. Or was it history, one or the other? But we're in the middle of combat. This is the first chance I've actually got to investigate it.
So
I'll ask you about it.
As I pick it up and I'm holding it and I'm looking at it, I don't know. I just don't remember anything about it.
And what can I help her out anyway, Dave? Do I recognise?
Yeah, I think we discussed it as you remember. This is a symbol. This is a holy symbol of Bahamut, who is the chromatic dragon of the god of, yeah.
Could be Marduk, really, but yeah. So it seems to be a holy symbol of Platinum Dragon, known as Bahamut in these parts, but he goes by many names. I believe he's even called Fizban and one of his guises.
But what would I be doing with this?
Do you recall anything? Were you in a religious group, maybe, or
No, I just
affiliate?
the only thing I can remember was it was hanging above my bed as a child.
Oh, I wonder if it was put there to protect you, maybe, by someone. Well, so at least I've been able to help you a little, let you know what it is. And if anything else pops back into my mind, I will fill you in.
Thank you.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll at some point I'll turn to Karen and go, these things are getting more intense, aren't they? This thing with the round thing.
I'm glad you clarified that, because I'm looking at the moment and I see no tent. But I know what you mean, my friend. Yes, it's getting very intense. even more intense now that
Than
our friend is
camping.
fiddling with his stones and his rocks in the corner.
Yeah.
Building.
Leave me alone for a minute. I'm nearly done.
That's what
Show
they
you
all
later.
say, my friend. I
Yeah.
have a box of tissues somewhere in my pocket.
Didn't think I'd ever hear attitude from the old man.
I'll just shake my head. And honestly, young people these days. Carry on.
Was anything
He's only the
different in
same age
Cleric?
as me. That's the frightening thing. He's the same age as me.
With better knees.
With better knees, yeah. He's probably less fat as well.
I'd probably go and like kind of crouch down towards Orb as well, almost kind of look what he's doing in the corner. And go, are you okay, my refill friend?
Give it a prod.
Poke.
I'll just say in a low voice to Kairon, "Do you don't think that's what happens when he's like, beating off or something? Is it? Yeah, I hope not. That's gross."
I know what you mean. Like post-nut clarity. Potentially. I put this berry here, my friend, and I leave you to it.
Got to make sure you regain some protein.
Oh, I don't feel very well now.
So as you go and check on Orb, you can see it just seems dimmer. It's everything from it seems. In fact, roll an insight for me, Lewis, if you wouldn't mind. I was tempted to say
Natural one.
yeah, I was tempted to say with disadvantage because obviously Orb is still quite alien to you, but we don't need it. You don't know. You just don't know what's going on with it. But as the small hours progress, Heirnrich's had a sleep and he's woken up and he's still fitting these things together, and you all have a sleep. If we're sort of finished discussing and all the rest of it, as we get closer to the end of your long rest, the colour in Orb returns, and it eventually just float and then just wanders around all of you.
You're all right there, little fellow.
Yeah, it just glows briefly once, floats a little bit brighter and glows up.
No. For anyone that's interested in what I was making, I've posted a picture of it on the War of Night and Day.
I can one up you there, dude. I can one up you there. There you go.
It shoots lasers out of its mouth.
There he is. That's what I was building.
Yeah.
How many
So
guns can you fit on a mini dragon?
Well, it's got one of them's going to be a force field projector. It gives temporary hit points. The big one at the front is going to be the force ballista cannon thing, and the fire breathing is going to be just out of his mouth. And come the new rules, you can swap between things. I think as a bonus action, I can swap him from one cannon to another. Which he can't do
have
currently.
that. Yes, he can, Mark. It's Unearthed Arcana, isn't it? We might as well test it for the nice people at Wizards of the Coast. And so yeah, you go at it. Is that with you permanently now, Mark?
No. It's basically it's a prepared spell type thing. Once per long rest, I can just deploy one. Lasts for either 15 shots or an hour, or until you kill it. It can be when I cast him, I choose whether he's tiny or small. Small, he has his own space. Tiny, he can sit on someone.
Yeah.
He can move 15 feet and he can climb. I can heal him with mending. And when he runs out of shots, or he's reduced to 0 hit points, or after an hour, it disappears.
Okay. How does it manifest then when you summon it, cast it? Is it an action to do?
It is. I think it's an action to deploy. Let me just double check. Eldritch Cannon. No, it's a bonus action.
Sweet, even better. So just for the sake of argument, well, if I was to give you one free use now, so we're nice and comfortable, and you were testing it out, so you retain this feature for the rest of the session. How would Heirnrich make this happen?
Well, what he's been doing is making the one he's seen him making is an awful lot smaller than the one that's going to be, because it's all to do with sizes and dimensions and things that I personally don't understand. So you'd see him take a very small version, almost unrecognisable, probably about an inch, and just throw it in the air, which one it'll grow to either small or tiny, whichever is beneficial, and settle down. And I'll say, "Look at this! Look at him! Look at him! He's brilliant!" And it'll do a little puff of smoke from its nostrils.
Nice.
Are you trying to take the piss out of me?
No, he's great, isn't he? I made this. I remember making this years ago. Years ago, it turned out I thought it'd only be a little toy thing, but it turns out it's really quite effective. Wait till we get attacked by something. And just so you know, Dave, AC 18 and hit points are fucking hell. It's 5 times my Artificer level, so 15 at the minute.
50. Cool. Okay, cool. So as you finish your rest as well, you've seen this before. Orb is going to pulsate, and this time, instead of casting bless on you, it pulsates, and this sort of halo passes down as it passes down all of you, and he's going to cast aid on all of you. You all get 5 temporary hit points for the next 8 hours.
Well, that's better than a kick in the chops.
Oh.
Yes, and the Dungeon Master's got a new toy. Come on.
Yeah. I've given myself heroic inspiration, Dave, because I'm human. Isn't that what I'm meant to do?
Exactly right, Mark.
Rest.
Well done.
Yeah.
So, as I've said to you before, I know, Mark, you tend to talk about stealth as in, you get disadvantage because of your heavy armor. If you're in combat, fine. If you're not in combat, I'm not going to bother with that. So you wanted to go back to the forest temple. If you say to me you're going to take a stealthy approach, fine. We're not going to roll stealth. You're just going to take your time, get in there, and we can try and put you in a position. There will be rolls involved, but it won't be disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm on the lookout, Dave. Just so if we come across anything that might, or a shop that might sell it, I'm after a breastplate because that's the same AC, but I don't get the disadvantage.
Okay. Well, you're nowhere near that at the minute. You're in the middle of a forest.
No.
But, so what's the rest of the plan for the session?
Look, 7-Eleven under this tree stump
that sells breastplates. How lucky.
Yeah.
So how did you want to approach the camp? What do you want to do? What's the deal?
Well, you know what we haven't done, Dave?
Go on. Oh, we haven't played the Mark game.
I've just finished my drink and thought, why didn't I top that up? And it's because we haven't done it. Right, I'll be back.
It's time for the Mark game. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis was paused. So Tom is having spatchcock. Thank you, Tom.
Rotwurst.
Okay.
Rotwurst. Sandwich. I didn't want to say any kind of sausage or bratwurst. I'm still a bit sore about Hickory's being cancelled. Oh.
Well, perhaps if someone else was to arrange something, Lewis, then maybe something else would happen. But
I've got no problem in arranging something, but the only time I'd always arrange it for a weekend, and I know that's not always going to fit in for people.
I don't mind. So let's carry on then, because Mark will go along with whatever you decide anyway. What were you thinking, and why is Discord going slow? Is it everyone else's Discord going slow?
I think this time, no.
Huh. Go on.
This time, I think Kairon would kind of almost shift persona slightly. Yes, say to everybody, we know the layout of the place for now, and he'd literally draw it on the floor, like with the religious stuff and the rope bridges and the exit that we took to get out of there. And he'll kind of look around at the group and say, "This time we will not do things so brashly."
I don't know what you mean.
And he'll kind of go, "Yeah, do." And again, he'll kind of like go, "We need to do more of a stealthy approach now. We need to remove this woman here, and we need to get her back to her father. I don't the beach to me, but I have no family, so I cannot agree. We move her somehow. Now I have this new skill," and he'll kind of just like demonstrate that he's got disguise self well, and he'll go, "Look,"
Okay.
and he'll like
Yeah.
pull out a little bit of a top hat and he'll go, "How'd you do? It's if needed." But say we need to draw her somehow without triggering the rest of the camp. Now we need to get our heads together and figure out how. And he'll look at Heirnrich and go, "You're quite clever for an old man. What do you suggest?"
I don't think. First of all, I'll just apologise. Just had to go and read Sonky, but he's all right. So I was away. So are we now? Can we see how it's set up?
I've drawn the map on the floor,
Yeah.
and I basically work. And we need to remove her from the camp somehow without alerting the rest of the camp. And I basically said to you, "Any ideas? Because you're good at tinkering shit."
How big? How many? Did you see how many enemies are potentially there?
We haven't been to look yet. We're just saying, because obviously when you think not a lot of time will have elapsed, so the exit we came out of is going to be blocked. So any cause that Kairon goes to do, to find anything yet.
What I can do that we couldn't do before? As an example, I mean, you could tell me how you'd prefer it to be set up, but we can one of my little dragons. If I make it tiny, it can sit on one of your shoulders, and potentially in a 15-foot cone. And it can provide us with temporary shields every time it fires the shield.
Yeah, so I think Karen would be kind of like, "This would be good if she's a fan," which I agree
So
with.
which
But if we can remove her on our own somehow, I think he'd be kind of like, "I suggest that we go in the middle of the night. We rest adequately. We are fed on these nice little berries that I can produce all of a sudden. They taste very nice. They taste like sour cream."
they do, they're meant to taste absolutely amazing.
The way I good berries, when you try it, it tastes like what you really like the most.
Like Willy Wonka's.
Willy
berries.
Wonka's.
An Oompa Loompa berry. I made up a rude song about an Oompa Loompa, but I'm not going to sing it.
Also, Karen would be kind of along the lines of, we know that she's there because she wants to be the part of the forces of night. What do we know so far from the information that we've seen that we could basically kind of lure her into the woods to ambush her?
We haven't got. I mean, I'm the arcane caster pretty much, aren't I? And I haven't got anything sleepy or.
Well, like I mentioned earlier on, you weren't here, that I've got disguise self now, so I can disguise myself as something. As long as it's got the same kind of limbs and moves the same way, I can pretty much turn into something, can't I, Dave, if I remember that rightly?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. You can change your size to one smaller or one bigger, I think.
The only issue that we've what she speaks.
I can speak what Vomit speaks.
Yeah, but disguise self's only on myself.
It's on
So
yourself.
this is the issue that we've got. I'm almost kind of getting do you like on Harry Potter where he follows that kind of light and then he finds the stag in the wood kind of thing, but he gets drawn to it, doesn't he? That's the kind of thing I'm going for. If we can try and lure her away with something where she goes, "Oh, it must be like a evil night blessing thing," to try and draw her away from the camp.
Who was she
What
trying to
could you
summon?
make? Yeah, because that's exactly what I was thinking, Sammy. If you know the Knoll thing that the demon thing that they summoned and that we killed.
Gnosis.
Yeah,
That's the Knoll, though, isn't it? Was she up? Because we don't know much more information about that. Was she down for that, or was it more? That's
I
what the
think
Knolls
she
were
was.
after.
I think she was down for it.
I think
She
she
was
was.
talking about the sacrifices, and she was made up that they got us for sacrifices and orb, and if she wasn't up for it, I don't think she'd have been so keen to see us and condemn us to death.
These books
Um,
with us now, Dave. Is there any information in them that we could use?
It's just images of sigils that were like the markings on the platform that we were on.
Yeah, they were discernible, sort of demonic. Well, the only thing you could discern were their summoning rituals demonic. It's otherworldly, but I think you didn't roll particularly well to figure out what was going on with them.
Plus, the camp's going to be on high alert now, isn't it? Because we've been in and been out. That's the other issue.
I've been thinking if it's possible for you to become a believable version of that Knoll demon, Zorcha can tell you what their word is, what the word he needs for come, something like that. I just have to crook his finger at her and see if she comes. You never know, and we can be in the bushes. I can have weapons trained and all the rest of it.
That is out.
Um,
Vorana will say.
what do you reckon?
We need to know
It's
where she
your
is for a
ask,
start. We
Aaron.
need to know that
Yeah.
she's on her own. We need to find her where we can entice her out as well, and then my disguise needs to be believable from a distance as well. So, I
We're
mean,
gonna
with the amount of time that
need.
we've got and the amount of prep that we've got, I could learn that one word, I suppose, fluently if it is like kind of like, come or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Knoll word for come is jizz. Sorry, that's terrible. That's really bad.
The other two ideas I thought that we could use for the disguise self, you could either become one of the other lizard men that are with her and say, come, then you sure think that you found something. Or you become a Knoll, and assuming that they've learned bits and pieces from each other, you can do a very badly worded follow. Where we are.
We need to find out. We need to stake out. I think first off, if we just stake out the camp until we see her, and we know where she is, then proceed as you've just discussed. Which version are we going to go for, though? The demon or?
I think we're going to need to do a recce first, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To figure out what she's doing.
Person.
Because if she's constantly got people
Yeah.
around her, then it's
as well. If there's only 4, we can probably take them. If
Assuming
there's
they don't
20,
alarm everyone else.
it's not going to happen. That's all got to be considered. And I suppose we should be checking for alarms and traps, shouldn't we, as we approach the camp, just in
because
case.
we only know that one exit as well that we've kind of blocked off, but there's definitely another one inside the temple, if I remember rightly.
There's going to
because we heard some ruckus coming from that.
because they still managed to get out.
Yeah. So even if we would like to try and booby trap exits and things, we're not going to find them all. Like I've got proper like Vietnamese kind of vibes going from this place.
Nice.
Yes.
The Afghans were so good.
I think we do, I mean, I'm happy to go and do a quick recce.
Yeah, because you're super stealth now, aren't you? Go on, go and see. We'll wait here till we hear from you. If you get in the shit, just shout. I mean, we should be within, distance.
I mean, I still think you need to be within distance, but to a distance where you don't need to do anything. But if I need to run back to you, I
that's fair.
can.
Yeah, that sounds like a completely
The
fair
only
thing.
issue that we've got here, who in pitch black is going to make everything very right.
I'm going to point Heirnrich's bag.
In the bag.
In his bag of holding.
It's unfortunately Discord's
Do
having
we
a
have a
nightmare for
cardboard
me
box to put on top of?
this evening. Did
I'm going
you
to point
say
at Heirnrich's.
Did you say you're struggling with what to do with Orb?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Orb
just try
will
and dim his light down a little
yeah,
bit.
Orb will dim to almost non-existent
Okay.
light. To he In fact, if he
That's
has to
not bad.
cast light on himself to generate any form of light for you all, it's not going to be an issue.
I reckon plan A then is we go in, we do a bit of a recce. You guys hold back. I'll try and see how far I can just try and establish where everybody is, relay that information out, and then we have a bit more of a solid plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move forward then.
So we'll move up as close as we can.
Yeah. Let's have a group stealth check. We're not bothered about disadvantage. We're just going to have a group stealth check just to see if you can get close enough without any interruption.
No.
That's all right. There's
Mine
a 27 and a
Bobber,
21
absolutely.
I've got 27.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
That's yeah. So that cancels out Heirnrich, not to worry. So there's something that you don't expect as you approach this temple. As Kairon said, you'd expect them to be in high alert. However, there's no high alert. In fact, there's very few people about. And you come to the realization that a lot of the gnolls are possibly still trapped inside. Inside the temple itself is everything that transpired may have collapsed. Part of some of the tunnels and everyone else is inside. So you get up to, or very close to where those tents on the outside of the temple were. And you can see movement in the distance. The three of you won't be able to get any closer without another attempt to conceal yourself and get closer. But it's close enough that you can send Kairon for a private recce if you wanted, as that was plan A.
Yeah, defo. If he's down for it, yeah. If he's up for it,
Yeah. So that will be a second stealth check from you then, Lois, to get a little bit closer. 13 is 13's all right. Yeah. So you manage. You're not as stealthy. The reason you're not as stealthy is as you get sort of halfway there, you've almost committed yourself now, and you become a little bit nervous. The reason that you're nervous is you can see Valmeet, and you can see a group of gnolls with the hyena laugh, and you can see one of them is clearly a leader, very stringy, tall, straight, dressed, hooded, but you can tell it's a hyena because you can hear the hyena's laugh coming from it. And next to it, slithering along, you also see Prasinon, the green dragon wormling. And they enter a tent all together. And as Kairon moves closer, you can get within hearing distance of this tent. There's not much else around. There's occasional gnolls walking around, but not many. You don't see any other lizard folk whatsoever. Now then, to my knowledge, Kairon cannot speak Draconic or Gnoll. That would be correct, wouldn't it?
No.
Yeah. So what I'm going to ask for, Kairon, is give me an insight check with disadvantage, if you wouldn't mind. 8. So you've the tone of this meeting you're struggling with. One thing that you can tell is something important seems to be going on. This is a council. You've got 3 factions now meeting, one of which you thought was going to retreat and report, being Prasinon, the Green Dragon Wormling. And whatever is happening now. What did Kairon want to do?
I still think wait and observe until somebody moves away or the meeting finishes. Our target's her.
Okay.
Not the others.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
Okay. So you
The
guys,
suggestion is
Not that we're there, so I'll just shut up.
yeah. So that's, because that was for Kairon.
You've got an idea.
So Kairon,
Yeah.
well,
I was gonna
because you're
say-
not there,
so-
Sammi.
Well, no, what I was going to say was if Carrie wanted to come back, tell us that something's going on, but he can't obviously understand. If I attempted to get closer, but then obviously we are potentially going to engage. If I can get in
Don't
earshot.
forget, Sammy, you can take your armor off as a bonus action. That's its magical thing, and then that will give you'll lose your disadvantage on stealth. Or you can put it back
I mean,
on again for some sort of tiny
It
little
depends
action
how
as well.
much we want
I still think wait for
to
now.
know.
Oh yeah,
Then we'll
I
wait.
still
Okay.
think wait for
I
now.
agree with weight. It's just a case of
So-
what we do.
So let's go with, because Kairon's there. Kairon's the one with the eye on the prize, as it were. So as you wait, there is an exchange. It's mostly in the draconic language that you've heard, and Prasinon seems to be holding this council. So you hear his voice more than the others, and it seems to be questioning, and it's mostly towards Valmeet. And as this council goes on, I mean, you're sort of perhaps waiting for a minute or so, we'll say 2 minutes tick by, and Prasinon seems to be more insistent. The language becomes harsher, and Valmeet's replies appear to be more supplicant. So, I mean, your insight of 8 will carry that over. You're struggling to try and figure out anything more. And then you hear the sort of high-pitched hyena chirping in every now and again. And it's almost as if Valmeet is being told off. But obviously you really can't understand anything that's going on. So as this continues, there's the language changes, and it's now the gnoll that's going to speak, and it appears at the doorway. And we're sort of 5 minutes into this now, and it's a nervous time for Kairon. And Vorana and Heirnrich, you've no idea what's going on. You can see, you know where Kairon is, and you know he's safe, but this is a tense moment as the gnoll appears, and in the gnoll language, this hyena laugh, he summons other hyenas to him. As they approach, they enter the tent, and shortly after, they leave with Valmeet. And she seems to be bound. And she also seems to be She has she's tied and bound and gagged, and she's dragged out, and they head to the northeast, to the side, and round the temple. So as that happens, what would Kairon like to do?
He'd probably kind of run back to the group and go, they're taking the Hobbit to Isengard, and say that we need to follow the group.
Isengard, God.
Where did they take the Hobbit?
To Isengard?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about
If only the whole internet had told us. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you managed to get back to the others. You inform them what has happened. Of note, what I would just like you all to do, just give me a quick perception check from. We'll make it an individual one because I kind of want to press this point to you. So as long as 7, 11, right? Yeah, you've got to score higher than that, Mark.
Right.
Okay.
That's
So-
a 5 sound for.
Okay. So that's Kairon returns and tells you what he's just seen, and you know the direction that Valmeet's going with what appeared to be Knoll guards.
I mean, one question I will ask Karen is, did she seem to be resisting?
I will answer your question, but first, and he kind of like runs into the bush in his own face. He goes, "No, she wasn't resisting, but she was banned," as he's like pissing up this tree. There was a tall, lanky thing with a hood. I believe it's some kind of knoll, and they will like kind of shake it off after and zip up and go, "Well, she's the mark. What are we going to do?"
Sounds like a rescue mission, no?
Yeah, I think we might be able to do something. Yeah.
But
The only other thing, my friends, is why do we not inform her father? Because if he knows that his daughter has been bound and taken to the northeast,
is it away from the
It's further back. I
Temple
think we go. I reckon we go now. I reckon we
If
go
it's
now. So
still-
well, we can see. Yeah.
if it's still sacred land?
Feel like a chimney cricket.
what's that movie where he goes, "You are the boss," and he goes, "That was his boss." What movie is that? Oh, I know I've seen it somewhere before.
Now you're asking.
I will find it. Carry on.
For anyone, I'd say my rifle also looks. My musket looks almost unrecognisable from the other night's tinkering. And I've just posted a picture, Dave, of what it looks like now. Now I've finished.
Very steampunk.
Yeah, defo. It's from the steampunk generator, in fact.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, I think we're going to follow on.
Yep.
So as you make your way to the northeast, you follow the trail, and it wends round. It goes past the temple, turns to the east, and then the game trail or the trail itself, where you know Valmeet to have been taken. You're fast enough to sort of track her. Leads round to the south again, so you're almost parallel. You're now east to where you. Almost due east to where you were. You're looking south into this large clearing as Valmeet is led away. This large clearing has cages, 4 cages. And inside the clearing, you can see skulls, bits of rag, and all kinds of detritus from. It looks like the bottom of a lair, but it's in the open air with these 4 cages. In 3 of the cages, you can see bound and gagged and almost dead lizard folk. And there's quite a few of them, 3 or 4 in each cage. And you can see now, as Valmeet sees these, she starts to struggle with the gnolls. And she's got 3 with her. There's 2 of the sort of ordinary warrior gnolls, and 1 of the sort of what you would identify as the Pack Lord, the fella that you fought, whose death summoned the demon last time with her. And she now seems to be reacting against the guards. She seems to be in some distress as she sees what you see ahead of her. And these gnolls now just start laying into her and start pummeling her as they're dragging her towards this 4th cage. The other thing that you can see on the floor in between these bits of detritus is more magic circles, and you can make out 3 of these other magic circles. What do you want to do?
Can we see that these?
There for a week.
Can we see the?
Do you want to? Do you want to? Do you want?
Can we see circles? Are they literally replicas of what we saw on the platform?
Yes.
So they could be doing another
Another
summoning.
summoning.
That's what they want her for. Yeah, it'd be probably best to nip this one in the bud before the hundreds of worshippers arrive.
Yeah. But we need to make sure that the blood stays away from these cities.
Right then. So, how many enemies did we say there is that we can see, that we know about?
Well, what we'll say to you is they're at this cage to the east as they throw Valmeet in. There are 3 gnolls, 2 lessers, 1 great, 1 of the Pack Lords. So 2 gnoll warriors and 1 Pack Lord warrior.
Yeah. Zorcha, would you like to wield my little cannon on your head or shoulder? Garana. Oh yeah, you haven't got the right. I always get the wrong campaign. Wrong campaign. Would you like a cannon? Either of you to sit on your shoulder or on your head. It can either.
I don't mind.
It can when I cast it, I can either have it every turn. It can read. It gives you every time it fires. All creatures within range get 2d. I think it's 2d8 temporary hit points. Or it can do force ballista, which is like a single powerful shot that knocks them back, doing a d8. Or he's got the cone fire breathing version.
Do we have to control it, or do you still control it?
I'd still control it. It just move to just move with you, so you can position yourself.
I do not mind. If you want to stick a tiny dragon on me, old man, you stick a tiny dragon on me.
I want to go stealth, and I want to ambush these fuckers.
So yeah, on the point of the cannon, that's okay. What type of cannon? What do you think I should make? Because I'm not fussed. So do I go AOE, knockback, or heal, or hit points?
May as well go AOE, because if we need it in that kind of like desperate measure, it'd be worth. The way I see that kind of dragon with that AOE is like a last-ditch effort. If you're getting absolutely pounced on, you could use that to kind of go. That's the way I see it.
I'll pop it on. I'll pop it on Zorcha's shoulder. I'll make him tiny, so about the size of an arrow.
It's Vorana.
It's not Zorcha. It's Vorana. I am an absolute vegetable. I'll give it to Vorana so it can sit small enough so it could just sit perch on it. It makes no difference to its stats, Dave, whether it's small or tiny. So it's still got AC 18, 15 hit points. And I can use a bonus action to fire it, and it has 15 breaths. So, Vorana, if you can, when it's about to be my turn, I don't know, we'll have to see for initiative, but try and maximise its usefulness. I would say it won't get you. I'm going to have it just literally on your shoulder there to go without the silly noise.
Is that possible?
Possibly with the silly noise, we'll see.
So
Who knows?
what I'll give to you then is this Chat GPT generated map. Another one. I was really chuffed with this. So you guys have entered this clearing here. You've got the 4 cages in each corner, 3 magic circles. Valmit's just been thrown into the cage here, and her guards, the gnolls that are with her. I told you a lie. There's 3 gnolls and 1 backlord. I was going to make it harder for you, apparently. They're here. Would you roll a stealth then, Lewis, just to start us off to see how stealthy you are? Is that a stealth roll of 10?
Poor for me. 10. Yeah, that's quite
okay.
poor for me.
Okay. So where did you want to position yourself?
I mean, to be fair, I was more going to try and move like around here.
Okay.
But I'm assuming like the lizard folk could probably see me from that.
They mostly appear. Yeah, I mean, they do see you. So what we'll have is your stealth roll. You've rolled a 2. I mean, it's a 10. So the lizard folk do see you. And they look nervous. They look frightened. But they're also beaten and bloodied. They don't care that you're there. You're not. You very much get the impression you're not a gnoll. So they don't care that you're there. They, in fact, if anything, they look towards the other gnolls with a little bit of hope in their eyes, and they're not gonna do anything about it.
Can Kairon kind of like play that into the fact that there's some noise there, but he's kind of using it to his advantage, and he'll look at the lizardman and go,
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. But what I'm not going to allow you to do is start the combat in stealth with that roll. It's fortunate that you went that way around. So what we'll do is we'll roll initiative here.
I was going to say I would like to actually try and see if I can get a bit closer.
Okay. So you can roll stealth if you want then, Sammi.
Hang on, let me roll again.
No, no, I can't.
Yeah, roll
your
initiative
first one
then.
stands. Oh, hang on. What am I on about?
What are you trying to do,
It's
Mark?
not disadvantage. I'm being a turd. I got 16.
16
I don't know
for
why I
what?
rolled it on the initiative. I've just rolled it on there instead of on here for no apparent reason.
Okay. And then you rolled stealth and you got a natural 20 for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what my fingers were trying to do at that point.
Okay.
It's just like, I'm just going to click shit. It's going to happen.
So we'll give you initiative of 16, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's foul, mate. There's Heirnrich.
Yeah, it's all right, I've done it. Okay. So what's going to happen is the gnolls are going to get to act first. As Kairon's getting into position, you're ready for combat. This is a rescue mission, as Vorana's already said. Vorana tries to get into a stealthy position as the gnolls hear you. So the gnoll pack lord. Once I familiarise myself with what I can and can't do again. He right. So he's going to position himself, move towards the centre of the circle, and he's going to start throwing javelins in any combination. And the obvious target is going to be Vorana. So the first javelin is going to fly towards Vorana as a natural 20.
Is she still raging, Dave?
No, I won't be.
Ow.
We had a long rest.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, if you'd have said you wanted to rage beforehand, then that would have been fine. But that's fortunately, it's only 11 points of damage. That could have been a lot worse. The second javelin flies in for 13. That misses. Yeah. Okay, and then null number 2 is just going to charge forwards. So it's going to get to there. This one has a bow readied. It's going to be Vorana again. That's only a 10 to hit. So
Miss.
Heirnrich gets to take a 10.
Okie dokie. Bonus action. Get my shields on the go. Wait, how far away is this fella? Oh, Dave, I've locked myself on top of Vorana and I can't get off it now.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was
So
about
I've
to
got
do
30
fucking
feet
stop on top of me
movement.
again.
And how far away am I now? Oh, we're just having a little measure. I'm trying to have a little measure. It's 30 feet away. So, right, happy days. Here we go then, Dave. Musket with true shot.
Okay. Which one, sorry?
Hang on, let me get my pointer back. All right.
Pack
This
Lord, yeah.
laddo.
Okay, go for it.
I can't see any of the others, can I? Oh, can I? Oh, no, they're all too far away.
Yeah, they're all here.
Oh, no, actually, no, I'm going to go for null 2.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
realise that was the...
Sure.
It's going to be same distance. Right then, so here we go. 25.
25 hits. Roll your damage. First hit with a musket. 13.
Yeah, 13.
Nice.
And that
Anything
is,
else?
of course, me done. No.
Okay. Kairon's turn.
Aaron will probably shout to the group, make sure no blood goes on those circles. Remember what happened last time, my friend. I think because it's my new kind of feat now, I get 40 feet of movement. I get an extra 10 feet of movement through my first action now.
Yep.
So I'm going to run across this circle here, but as I'm doing so, I'm trying to kick like some of the dirt or whatever it is on to try and smudge the circle.
Yep, gotcha.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the Knoll Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have a shot with my longbow.
Okay.
Oh, just rolled off a natural 20. That's annoying.
Yeah, always the same. 10's going to miss. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it for now.
Okay. Null number 3 is going to charge forwards. He's going to be heading towards... Which one's at the bottom? He's going to be heading towards Kairon. He's running straight towards you, Lewis. He's going to draw his bow and take a shot. Rolls 5. Takes us to Orb. Orb is going to cast Bless on all of you. You all have an extra D4 on hits and saving throws.
Wicked, I love that.
Vorana.
On my bonus action, I'd like to rage.
Okay.
Oh, why did it do that to me? Can I grab this doll and I want to throw him?
Well, let me head this off. You've already seen from Heirnrich's musket shot, blood has already splattered on the floor and nothing else has happened. but you can still grab him if that's what you wanted to do.
Fuck it then. I'm going to recklessly smash him.
Okay, seems fair.
Sorry.
Are you though?
No. Have I got
20
time? Have I got time to
natural
rescue
20.
the Aardvark Sanctuary?
Natural 20.
I think so, Mark. Yeah, now that Vorana's positioned herself there.
So 17.
Ooh, how'd you kill that one?
As I run towards him, I'm just gonna slash straight through from his collarbone down to the bottom of his rib cage and just try and chuck him off for the end of my great axe away from the sigil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it collapses to the floor dead. Anything else from you?
Can I shout something? Can I talk?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
would that
sure.
need to be an action or
No,
a
that's-
bonus action? I'm gonna shout across, hopefully so that Valmit and the lizard folk can hear me. And I'm gonna say, look what trying to follow the darkness has got you. You've now become sacrifices to a god. Is this what you want?
Okay. Just roll a persuasion check then, as Noel 2 is going to take his turn. He's just going to advance forwards.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay, yeah, no, they're far too injured and or busy to otherwise engage to
Give a
listen
shit.
to you at the minute. Yeah. So this Noel is going to attack Vorana. Rolls 12. That misses. That. Yeah, that takes us to the Pack Lord. He's gonna run in on Heirnrich. So he pulls out a bone whip and he starts flinging it around. That's 19 to hit Heirnrich.
That hits.
Okay. That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage as he
Only
attacks.
take one because of my temporary hit points.
Nice. He does attack a second at a time with an 18 to hit.
Oh, a little bugger. Yeah, that gets me. Well,
Okay, that's 11 points of slashing
Yeah.
damage.
now I'm not very well.
And he's going to use his insight rampage. The null targets another creature you can see within 60 feet. That has the rampage. The target can make a reaction. So the null on Vorana is going to attack as his reaction. Only rolls an 8.
Misses.
So that's his full turn as Heirnrich gets a go.
Right.
Don't forget to give your little dragon a go.
Oh yeah, little dragon. That's going to be bonus action. So what I'm going to do, I said first of all, bonus action on. So we're going to breathe all over Noel number 1, Dave. So he needs a dex saving throw.
Gotcha.
DC 14.
Rolls 10.
He takes 2d8.
20. Ooh, that's nice, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my bonus action. I won't have to draw. I have to use my quarterstaff. I can't, otherwise I'm at disadvantage. So here we go. That's going to be a miss, I imagine, with an 11.
It is, yeah. And just so we're on the same page, you need to use a bonus action for your shield. So you haven't got your shield up at the minute.
No, you don't. You only have to use it once. It lasts for a minute.
Okay, so you'd have prepared that before. Because
I did it.
You did?
I did it on my first turn.
Cool. Sorry, mate. Discord's being horrible with me tonight for some reason. I think
no
it's
worries.
stabilised now, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure. So Kairon's turn.
Again, I think what I'm going to do. Get my tape measure out. So it's 150 with that. If I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 there. And then I'm going to bonus action Blessing of the Raven Queen to here.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 5, 10, 15, 20 there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, to try and kick up some of the circle and try and mess it up. I do get resistance to all damage now, though. Follow me, level 3.
Okay, cool.
And then on the Null Pack Lord, I'm going to have a shot with my bow.
Yep.
For 24.
24 hits.
So that's 12 points of damage. He's now slowed. He gets a 1d6 Hunter's Mark damage at 1 point.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to use my Gloom Stalker trait as a Dreadful Strike and also roll an extra 2d6 psychic damage on him.
Okay.
That's some heft.
11.
Okay, so that's let's just have a look what your longbow damage is +6, so that's 1d8 2d6 +6 1d8 2d6. Yeah, okay, so he's injured now. That's your full turn, I believe. Yeah. So Null 3 now with he's going to join his boss. He's going to charge forwards. He can only get as far as there, so he can't flank. So that would be okay. So it makes a rend attack against Heirnrich. Only rolls an 8.
Nope.
Gnolls do have a bonus action once per day. It can only do it once per day, immediately after dealing damage, which it hasn't done, so it can't do it. Orb is now trying to move in between you all as close as he can get without opportunity attack is there, and he is going to have to cast you know what, is it touch? No, it's 30 feet. He's going to cast Sanctuary on Heirnrich.
Oh, what's that do again? Don't they have to make a wisdom save to attack me?
Yes. You ward a creature within range until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack roll or a damaging spell must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or either choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So it's wisdom save of 14. That's the best he can do. I mean, he could heal, but you've sort of put yourself in melee range again, Mark. You charge forward, so that's the best he can do. Vorana's turn. If Orb could talk, he'd be telling you off right now, Mark.
Yeah, it's good, mate. The short range on the musket's really rubbish. It's only if it's over. Where's the musket?
Go on, Vorana. You have your turn.
If it's over 40 feet, I'm at disadvantage. Sorry.
I'm gonna reckless attack this Null number 1.
Okay.
As I swing my great axe, I'm gonna drag it through the ground and basically try and do enough to uppercut with the axe whilst trying to smudge the sigil.
Yeah.
Roll. Roll. Now roll. No, it's because you're in the way. Oh, fuck off.
Natural 20. Is that 2
Natural
so
20
far?
again.
2 attacks, 2 natural 20. Come on, Sammy.
Yeah. 19.
Machine. How does that one die?
So, as my axe kind of goes into an uppercut, it's just going to go straight up into his chin and just cut out the first half of his face.
Nice. So you've got bonus action
Okay.
and movement left.
So, I turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go right up to
Wanker.
No Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. And I'm gonna try and shout again. Is this what you want? You just want to be sacrifices?
Okay.
Is this how you want to die as warriors?
You hear
Of
now
Genghis Khan.
from the lizard man, you can hear, save us, save us, save us, draconic one. So the Null Pack Lord is going to try and target Heirnrich. Rolls an 18, Mark.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it can attack. First attack, it's going to be 15.
Missed.
Second attack is going to be 13.
Missed.
Okay, it's going to try and recharge its Balabalad. It can't. So that's his turn. Heirnrich, your turn.
Okay. I'm flanking, so I get advantage to counteract the disadvantage. So I'm going to get a straight roll on this. 16?
Yeah, forgive me, Mark. What's the disadvantage for?
Because I'm using a ranged weapon with somebody right next to me.
Sorry. I thought you were. Yeah. No, I thought. Yeah. 16 hits.
So, damage.
Sorry, I thought you were using your quarterstaff still.
Yeah. 15 damage to him.
Wow. Okay, 15. Anything else?
Oh, shit. It's a what's an action, isn't it? It's not a... Okay, right. I'm going to have to risk it for a biscuit, I think. I'm going to run back, Dave, and then I'm going to have to accept the opportunity attack.
You've got your
2 of them.
D4 as well, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, Pack Lord first. Oh, 12.
Missed.
Yeah, Warrior. 10.
Missed.
Okay, so no bonus actions, Mark?
Bonus action, I'm going to fire my cannon at Big Jeff.
Okay.
So he has to make dex save.
Gotcha. Null Pack Lord is pretty swift, but he rolls a natural 1.
So he's taking 2d8, which is 6 damage.
Okay, it's not quite enough. He's very poorly now, though. Anything else?
Nope, that's me done.
Okay, roll a perception check for me, Mark, as Kairon gets a turn.
Perception.
Okay, I'll switch targets to null 3, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a longbow attack.
I don't know if I get a d4, but I've rolled it anyway.
24?
24. 24 hits. You don't get a d4 on that, Mark, unfortunately, no.
Have I just rolled persuasion instead as well? I have. Let me try and
Doesn't matter.
actually roll.
13 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, it's going to have ensnaring strike on him now.
Okay.
So as you hit a target, grasping vines appear on it, and it makes strength saving throw. So strength saving throw, please.
Gotcha. 19.
Oh bollocks. Yeah, fair enough. Then. Misses, so it just takes damage.
Okay. You, with your perception roll, Mark, as Heirnrich backs off, I'd like to think as you're backing off with your musket pointed in this direction, you can hear something behind you. You're aware of the fact there's more gnolls coming through this trail. You're in the wrong position.
Right.
You need to move, and you need to move quick. But sorry, Lewis, anything else from you? You say?
I don't think there's anything more I can do really. To be fair, I might move close to this cage.
Okay.
To there. To be honest, my kind of plan is free them all.
Okay. No, they do look very poorly, but yeah, sure. Noel 3.
Just thought, Dave, would that 15-foot cone have got him?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
If
do
you
you mean?
wanted,
Like,
if it was a 50-foot cone, Mark, then yeah.
yeah,
So he's
that's
got a
what
dex
he's,
save.
14, yeah.
Fails. How much? It was 6 damage, wasn't it?
It was odd. Yeah, I've just rolled again, but it's
I'm gonna
Plus 6
keep the
damage.
6, Mark, because it was the same cone, wasn't it?
yes, yeah, no
10
problem.
wouldn't have killed him anyway, but he's going to get an advantage attack against Vorana. 15 misses. And he hasn't dealt damage. None of them get to do their thing this turn. So Orb is now in the firing line of that gnoll. So he's going to hang fire. He's going to hold his ground. So he can do 2 things. What he can do is he can cast Healing Word level 1. In fact, he's going to use his free use of that. So it doesn't take a slot on Heirnrich. Mark, you're healed for 11 hit points.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, that's life domain for you. And then he's going to cast Holy Word. No, in fact. Yeah, he's going to cast
mushroom.
Holy Word. Holy Word at disadvantage. 18 still hits. Come on, Orb. Oh, it's only 1 damage.
Doesn't matter, it's a hit.
It's a
Hold
hit.
on, Orb.
Yeah.
Hey, Vorana's turn.
So, yeah, I would like to go Reckless on Knoll 3, please.
Sure.
And I would also like to use Cleave, hopefully.
Don't they have to be stood next to each other?
Within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So, hang on. Yeah, wouldn't prefer.
Freaky me.
Make a melee attack with it against the second creature within 5 feet of the first that's within your reach.
Yeah, so it's 10.
Yeah, so it's 10 feet between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's fair. No, that's fair. So, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go against Knoll 3 still. Still take it.
Sure.
I was thinking that.
12 is going to miss with advantage. Yeah.
D4.
Oh, D4. Well done, Mark.
D4!
Yeah. I forgot about mine a couple of times.
It's 1 short.
214.
No, just double check.
I need
No
the
warrior.
3.
No warrior. Yeah. It's still 1 short. That's such a shame. Anything else?
No, there's no point. No point moving at this point.
So that takes us to the Null Pack Lord. He's going to get. Yeah.
I will shout to anyone that can hear them in common to free them or get ready to free them. They want to be safe.
Yeah. The locks, now that Kairon's a little bit closer to this lock, it's a solid, sturdy metal cage, and there's a solid padlock on it. It's going to take the key, a decent amount of time with a thieves' pick or a significant amount of force to actually free them. So the Gnoll Pack Lord is going to get an attack on Vorana. Advantage attack, and it's going to make 2 of them. Advantage attack is 20 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, so that's 8 points of slashing.
It's only 4, really.
And second attack is 24 to hit.
No.
Which is going to be 9 points of slashing. It's going to try and recharge its thing, which it can't do. It has damaged you, but you're not bloodied, so it can't use its ability either. Heirnrich, now you can see behind you. You can see a hooded gnoll coming towards you. It looks thinner than the others, cackling this hyena cackling noise. And there's 2 other gnolls with him, flanking him.
How far have I just moved, Dave? I was there.
You've moved 30.
Right, so that's where I'm going to stay. And I'm going to bonus action Null 3. I'm going to give him some breath weapon action. So if he could make a saving throw, dex saving throw.
Okay, only rolls a 5.
2d8. Which is 8.
Tidy, he's on 7. He dies in fire.
He dies in fire, screaming like a big girl's blouse. So that's my bonus action. I'm going to shoot the Pack Lord.
Okay.
I'm going to shout a warning to the others as well about the others coming in. So careful, more.
Nice one, Mark.
And the Pack Lord, I'm going to shoot at him.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to miss. I really don't want to miss. So,
Well, don't heroic inspiration now. You roll afterwards. So roll to hit.
Oh,
to start off with.
Right, here we go then.
So it's a re-roll basically. 12 plus your d4. You needed 3, Mark. Come on, Mark.
No.
Oh.
Okay. So you re-roll in the d20.
Yeah, I can spend my inspiration.
Okay.
Maybe out.
17 hits. And your damage is?
Is 11.
11 points of damage. That's more than enough to kill him. How does he die?
That just goes in one ear, out of the other in a comedic spray of Scanners-esque head explosion.
Okay. I think that's your full economy, isn't it?
Yeah, and you'll just hear him shout, "Headshot's the only true stopper!"
Nice. So you see now as this other gnoll approaches, he throws his hood off and his robe falls to the ground. Underneath is a mean, wiry looking gnoll holding, instead of most of these other gnolls seem to have bone weapons, this one has a chain as he cackles. This is a chat. No, this was a deep AI image. Love it.
Yeah, it's good, that.
Yeah. And this, you very much get the impression that this is a dangerous creature. He points towards Heirnrich as Gnoll number 5 cackles and launches forwards. He's going to attack Heirnrich with a 21 to hit.
Sod it, I'm going to shield.
Okay,
I haven't
done.
used the spell slot yet.
Okay, what does shield look like for Heirnrich?
Well, it's always going to happen when he's got his other shield out. So it just looks like it's a transparent sort of looks like green glass almost. The magic shield, and it would just seem to expand to to become like a riot shield in front of his face.
Cool. Oh, actually, you know what, Mark?
Well,
I think Orb is still concentrating on Sanctuary.
he is.
In fact, it's
Oh,
not a
is he?
concentration. It's even better. It's not a concentration spell, bonus action, and it lasts for a minute. So he would have had to have made a wisdom saving throw to see if he can attack you, which he couldn't. So you can take your spell slot back, dude. But we have a nice visual for when you do need to
Yeah,
cast shield.
no, I'm more than happy to oblige. Don't worry.
Yeah. So Kairon's turn.
I will bonus action and move the Hunter's Mark onto the nasty-looking knoll that's just turned up,
Okay.
and I'll have an attack with my longbow.
Sure.
27.
27 hits.
You
For
can
12
attack the
points
cannon,
of
Dave.
damage,
Yeah.
I know you
It's-
probably knew that, but
plus my 1d6 Hunter's Mark and my 2d6 psychic damage
Tidy.
for 9. So that's 21 points of damage, and he's now slowed
Excellent. Slowed by 10 feet?
10 feet. Yeah.
10 feet. Sweet.
And now,
Anything else?
excuse me, I've got a nappy to change.
Okay. I'll take it. That's your turn. Yeah, it's tiny and it's on the larger target of Vorana Mark. So it's
yeah, I was just making sure you knew you do have the option to attack it.
Yeah,
It doesn't get harder to
yeah.
hit just because I made it small.
Yeah, it's got the token's got AC of 18 with 15 hit points on it. I've already programmed it in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yay.
Right. So what was all going to do? Because you've kind of got this under control at the minute. Everyone's looking okay.
Go on,
Sanctuary's still on.
defensive.
You know what? You what? Sorry, mate.
Go on the defensive orb.
Yeah, kind of. It's no, offensive. What he's going to do is going to pull back to here, and he's going to shoot his holy. What's it called? Holy word at the null on Heirnrich. 13. It's not enough, and he hasn't got a blessing on himself. That's a shame. So that's his action. His only bonus action's healing, which he doesn't need to do really. Heirnrich's already got.
Yeah, I'm
it's
only
a
missing
shame.
1 hit point.
Yeah. No, it's all under control. So Vorana's turn.
Have I got time for a sheep sausage sandwich?
Go on then, Mark.
Honestly, oh, I'll leave it down.
Lewis has won another Mark
I
game, by the
am.
way.
Again.
Sandwich.
Yeah. Hang on. Injured dog trying to get up when he's only got 3 legs.
Oh no.
I'm going to go and help my friend Heirnrich.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go behind null 5 because I'm flanking. I'll automatically get advantage.
You do.
So I'm going to go in with the great axe. Just
Mm-hmm.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
For 13 damage.
13 damage. Cool. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so the Fang of Inigo is going to come behind you, so you're now being flanked by it. Lewis has won the mark gain again, by the way, Mark.
Oh, I thought I was safe with sausage because I used
You said
Fine.
sausage sandwich.
I did, but I thought that sausage was, not going to be anyone's guess because I used it recently. Oh,
Yes, but he guessed sandwich.
yeah. Oh, yes, sandwich. Oh, so it's a new one.
That's 2 weeks on the trot.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, advantage
I've
attack
only
with
got
a
the
bite.
hyena, mate. Dave, I've only got the hyena picture. The guy with his. I haven't got the
Oh, okay.
battle map.
Hold up 1 second. Just two.
It is a
You
wicked
can change
picture,
it yourself, Mark. You remember what?
I don't know how. No, I can't. But how do you do it?
I've told you a few
It's
times,
so
Mark. I'll
top
do
right.
it in a minute.
Top right, there's a select map in the corner.
Yeah.
Can you see
spotted it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's the bottom one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it
Sammi.
now.
So you take 8 points
you.
of poison damage. Sorry, 8
Poison
points of
damage.
no, that's 8 points of piercing damage, and then 6 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned
Well, I am
until the
resistant
start.
to poison.
Okay, so you take half of both. Can you still have the poison condition then? I think you can you?
I think I can.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you can.
That's ChatGPT.
So that's its first attack. It does get 2 other attacks. So it
There's
uses
damage resistance. So I assume I can still be poisoned.
Yeah, so it's not condition resistances. So he now uses this chain flail. That's going to be a 20 to hit you.
Yeah.
For 7 piercing. And 23 to hit. For another 7 piercing. So twice per day, you are now bloodied. So immediately after, it can move half of its speed and make 1 bite attack. It doesn't need to move anywhere. It's going to stay exactly where it is and try and bite you again with advantage.
Damn it! So I don't get opportunity of attack.
No. No. Rolls 14. Misses. Null 4 is now going to charge in. Oh, let's move the little fella. It's going to move in next to Vorana, though. They're all flying in at you. I've rolled. I had one to this. Yeah, that misses. Yeah, fortunately, that misses. Heirnrich, your turn, Mark.
Right, it's going to be. I've got advantage, so I'm going to go with a straight roll on the one next to me.
Okay.
With the musket. There we go. D4.
Yeah. That hits.
Hey. With that D4-tastic there, Dave, it was, wasn't it?
It was.
Damage. Oh, minimum damage, though.
6. Yeah, it's
so
not
then bonus action. Where's the other one? There he is. I'm going to do a cone from Sammi from the bonus action, so it gets the Knoll Fang of Yamama and Knoll 4 underneath her.
Okay.
So they both need to make dexterity saving throws.
Yamama rolls a natural 1.
Yeah.
And the warrior rolls 9.
Right, so they're both taking this.
Uh-huh.
Feckin' rubbish. 5.
Ooh, just 5. Okay.
So yeah, that's now me done.
Okay. That takes us to Knoll 5, who's on Heirnrich. So it's It's going to have an attack against Vorana because it has advantage against Vorana. So it will roll 23 to hit
Damn.
Vorana. Yeah, 7 points of piercing damage, and it's going to use its rampage once per day because you're bloodied and it's damaged you to attempt to make another attack. 17.
Hits.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's a further 4 points. Taking a pummeling.
Mhm.
Karen's turn. Or is he busy?
Come on, Karen, take out one of them at least.
I don't know if Lewis is out to go and nappy duties.
Agenda babies.
Yeah, we'll have a second. There's been text messages flying around in the Dice and Anger chat. Mark Lewis saying Mark won the game again, and then he's put a what's it? Is it a gif of a polar bear dancing?
Panda.
Sorry, a panda dancing.
I'm here.
Some go. Okay, you'll go, dude.
Take one down, dude. Take one down.
I'm going to go back for your mama again and have another shot at him.
Hold up, which one's your mama? I've lost the track.
Unigu. Fang of Unigu.
Fang of Unigu.
Go for an old 5 if you can. I think you could kill him if you get a good roll.
You sure?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, but you could, if you get probably more than 13 damage, you'll probably kill him.
What, number 5?
Yeah.
Is it number 5? No, it's number 4. Oh no,
4.
number 5. Yeah.
Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, number 4's on loads.
The only other thing that I was thinking... Sorry, guys, I'm going to ignore you and I'm going to attack
Now go.
your mama again.
Yeah.
That's
Have you
fine.
got your hunter's beam
For a
PP
25 to hit.
25 hits.
So it's 1d6 for 7 points of damage, plus 1d6. So 10. I'm going to use my last thing for another 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
For 7. So it's 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to use my bonus action to try and restrain him as well with ensnaring strike. Can I have a strength saving throw, please?
You can, mate. Yeah. So, okay. He looked wiry and strong. He's rolled 15.
Oh, bollocks. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That would have worked out nicely. If not, but yeah, that's me done.
Okay. Orb now is going to stay pretty much where he is. Just move slightly to the east. He's going to cast a level 2 healing word. Oh, no, he doesn't want to use his last healing. No, he's going to cast a level 1 healing word on Vorana. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not the best one. It's 11.
I will take it.
Yeah, it's better than.
Well, you're not
as we
blooded
said.
anymore. So that's bonus action. So as an action, it can still cast a cantrip. So it's going to fire towards Null 5. This it's a 19 to hit. It's only 2 damage.
25.
Yeah. Only 2 damage, but whittling it down some more. Vorana's turn. You're poisoned.
Does that mean I get disadvantage? Or
Yeah, I think so. If you
attacks?
you can
Or is
change
it
your conditions on
saving
your
throw?
character sheet.
Mm. How do I do that?
Let me hover over poison. I can tell you what
I'll
it
get
is.
some proper flack in the Dice and Anger group. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you mate.
And confirm that I have no correspondence with Mark whatsoever because he doesn't use WhatsApp.
That's true.
Yeah,
Because
there
it
is.
won't. My phone won't even let me do WhatsApp anymore. It just says nothing.
I got called a Sean Bean bastard. That's how bad it is.
Sorry, like, bit Antil mob there. There's no need.
Yeah, I can't see how I can put
It's all right. We'll sort it another
conditions
time.
on myself.
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Lovely.
If you're reckless, at least you get a straight roll.
Yeah, I get it normal. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna go. Yeah, reckless on the fang of a Unigu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it'll just be a flat roll. And hopefully use cleave. 17.
17 hits.
Yeah. So 8 damage.
8, yeah.
And then I will use cleave
Mm-hmm.
to attack number 4. So I do need to roll. Do you believe? Hit him. Which I assume is just a flat roll. 23.
That looks hefty, quite hefty to me.
And then it's just 1d12. Oh, 10 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Anything else?
And then he's got the cleave to come on PP Tusher lad.
I feel like it might be wise to try and move out of this.
Well, hopefully one of them's going down well before it's
Yeah.
your next turn.
Mm,
He'll take 3 opportunity attacks.
Yeah. So I'm going to say fuck it and I'm going to move there.
Okay.
Or main action disengage. If you're not going to attack, main action disengage. That's similar, isn't it? But
No, I've already attacked Mark.
Yeah. So first, the Fang of Yinigu is going to try and bite you with a natural 20.
He hits.
So that is only 8 points of piercing, but it will be. Oh, you're resistant anyway. So 14 poison, which you're resistant to, but you're now poisoned again after just shrugging it off. And the other 2 get attacks. Actually, so you've been damaged by that, so it can make another bite attack.
what's a reaction?
Oh no, sorry. It says it says bonus action. It can't do it, Mark. It can't do it. Yeah, they are specifically bonus actions. So the other rolls, the first one rolls a natural 1, and the last one rolls 18 though. That is 3. So the Fang of Yinigu gonna run to there. And attempt to bite you with 21.
Nom nom nom.
Yep. 8 points of piercing damage. Plus 4 points of poison. Null number 4 is going to run to there and flank you. With advantage. It's 23.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 6 points of piercing damage. As Heirnrich gets a turn.
Right. Okay. I'm going to make it down here.
Attack, yeah.
Yeah. From null 5.
Okay. 20.
Oh, that hits. That hits big time.
Okay. 6 piercing. Oh, wait.
6.
Wait. Didn't make it saving throw, so can't attack you, can't target you.
Wicked. Orb's a little beauty. So I am then going to cast. How far did I move, Dave? I was right next to there. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. I've moved my whole movement. Bollocks. So I shall just
You moved
cast
25.
25. Oh well,
Yeah.
I might. Well, is it worth moving again?
We've probably stepped back
Anyway.
5.
Yeah, I'll get hit. I'm taking it. Right now, I'm going to be staying there. However, I am going to be casting another well, actually, first spell slot. Let's use it. Where is it? So, oh God, I'm such a cabbage. Vorana, please accept 14 hit points.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Bonus action on Fang of Yinagu. If he could make a dex save, please.
Can do. 9. No, sorry, 7. Even less.
That doesn't. He doesn't do it. So. 9.
Okay, so Null 5.
Oh, he's still alive.
Still alive. Is going to run into a flanking position on Heirnrich. Yeah, 21.
Shield.
Gotcha. Kairon.
Ladouche.
Okay.
I'm now resistant toward damage because of my blessing of the Raven Queen.
Oh yeah, baby. Sorry, no need for that.
I'm going to attack with my short sword at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19 hits.
5 points of damage. He's now vet, so I get advantage on him on my next round.
That's a great ability. That is a great ability.
I'm going to use my last 2d6 as well, force damage with my Dread Ambusher.
Last? I thought it was last time.
Now I get 3.
Hey.
Okay.
3.
For 8 points of damage.
Yeah. 13.
And he also gets his 1d6 for his Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
For a 6.
13. 19. How does he die?
I think how I picture it is the minute is like Kairon always sees him and sees everybody else getting battered, and he just kind of like sprints and goes into like almost like an ash, just explodes and appears behind him and almost sneaks behind the Lord and just goes and slits his throat as it just.
Nice. So as he dies, this chain he was using, it bursts into fire and then just evaporates. And then there's this sort of smell of brimstone. It's this, whatever it was, this chain that he seems to have been holding just burns into nothing. Anything else from Kairon?
That's me, I think.
Okay.
Not a bad job. Not bad.
Orb's going to try and move into a position where he's close enough to you. He's going to shoot towards Null 5. Yeah. It's natural 20. For 10 points of radiant damage. As he kills that one.
How do you want to do that, Dave?
Thank you, mate. So as you've seen before, as he's pulsing, it it focuses red as this bolt comes out. This radiant energy focused, and it just takes him through, takes him on the shoulder and just spins him 360 degrees as he's halfway through a hyena cackle as he collapses to the floor.
Nipple.
As Vorana gets a turn. You know what? Oh no, because Heirnrich healed you, didn't he?
Yeah.
What are you
So-
doing, Luce?
Not
Really?
anything. She moved around there. Doesn't even have to
So,
be that
I'm
far.
going to
You
move
find-
there,
Yeah.
apparently.
Alright. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that character you've got advantage. You can't get advantage, I don't think, when you've been given disadvantage, but you do get a straight roll because of the flanking.
Yeah, so
That
I'm
was
gonna
good
swing
thinking, that
him.
was, Sammy. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely would not have thought of it. Swing him with a natural 1.
Oh, taters. Troy Tattersley. You've got. Oh no, yeah, but sorry, no.
Nope,
So
I
you
don't. I
can-
don't. We've just been through this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just been
there
through
we
I've got a
go.
meme for that.
Nice. So the last man standing is going to attack. It was pointing towards Heirnrich, so I'm going to carry on with you, Mark.
Okey-dokey.
7. This is.
No.
Come on, mate. Take him down.
Right, here we go. I'll go quarterstaff, so I'll get advantage.
And it's two-handed now as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So damage. Well, I'll try attacking first, shall I? That's always advantage.
19 hits.
19 and damage is maximum damage 12.
That's exactly what it's on, Mark. How does it die?
It's just what was it? We're sitting with the staff, so that's going to be as it gets his little burst of magical energy pulls down the staff just as he socks him right between the eyes with it, and he just keels over.
Okay. Sound.
Is what I'll say as he collapses.
Okay. So we're at a point now where it's 10:30. Are we all right to carry on for a bit?
Well, I
Makes no
am,
difference
but
to me.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to do now? Everything seems to have gone quiet. You're looking around. You check in with your heightened senses after this combat. You can see the plaintive cries of the lizardmen saying, free us, free us. You can see Valmir is virtually unconscious in the corner, still bound and gagged. What do you want to do?
Can
Start
we see
trying to
if
pick
the
the locks.
sigils... Well, I was going to say, can we see if the sigils
There's one more
glowing?
circle, isn't it, that still needs kind of disrupting.
Yeah,
North
you can
east.
sort that. Well, Sammi actually did that while you were away. All of
Oh,
the
did she?
search.
The rest
Yeah.
have been done, then, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, I think Kairon would probably cast Goodberry as my last spell slot, and to all the lizard men and women, give a Goodberry to each of them to try and heal.
Sure.
You
Some
get
HP.
one life per berry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pass these around now, and you can. I mean, it's mostly translated through Vorana, because Vorana is the only one that can speak to these. As they thank you, and as you give one to Valmir, she comes back to consciousness. And I also have.
Can I still say that she's bound?
Sure.
I've got a plan.
Another.
So, I was going to say,
Don't fancy yours much.
Well,
Go on, Sammi.
like Kairon will kind of go and free everybody, like all the lizard men, and go, you are needed by your people, and like point them towards Valrit's dad or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And he'll go and knock on her cage and give her the berry while she's still bound, and kind of go, We
Off
have
we
a lot
go,
of
ho.
questions for you, my friend. And your father has told us you've been quite the naughty girly, even though she can't understand us. And he'll kind of be rolling the Goodberry in between his hands like this and going, please translate this, but it's time for you to go home. And he'll kind of flick it at her like that.
Okay.
Oh, he's flicking his berry. It was always
He's
going to
flicking his
happen.
berry. Go on, Sammy. What were you going to say?
So yeah, I was going to say, if somebody can search the Pack Lord, we'll find the key to the cages.
Yeah,
And
that's a
can
really good
somebody
idea.
Also,
I've got thieves'
search
tools, worst case scenario. I can pick them.
So have I. I've got everything tools pretty much.
But I imagine we're going to find a key on the Pack Lord, and can someone search the Fang?
I would
The
search
Fang
all
as
of them
well?
see if there's any loose change or
Magical items
Stuff.
that we might need.
Okay, let's. You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go full traditional. I'm going to look into the DNG, and we're going to have a roll on the random magic item table.
old school.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Let me just have a quick look. Because they've kind of changed it into 3 groups now. So we've got Arcana, Armaments. It's going to be Armaments table, isn't it? So common or uncommon, you're level 3. Let's have an uncommon item. Mr. Bowler, would you roll a D100, please? Percentage dice for me. In fact, depending on what you roll, I might leap between
57.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no, that's not great. What's 57 on that one? That's not massive. Oh, it's influence. 57.
You can roll it again, Dave. You're the dungeon master.
That is exactly what you need. That is on the Fang of Yinigu. You realise now that when you overheard him speaking, he was able to speak in other languages. And you find now, in fact, I'll give you 2 potions of comprehension. So when you drink this potion, you gain the effects of comprehend language for 1 hour.
Nice. That could come in useful.
Lewis is
Just
thinking,
like before.
I got the fucking board game right, and you give me a Pope.
Back in a
Fucking
potpourri.
potion.
Back in a potpourri. I
Oh.
don't know.
I was expecting some a nice magic item for Sammy then, but no. It's fine.
You say a magic item for me, but you're the one that won it. Yeah, so I will translate that we have some questions and that it's time to go home, but she can have a chat with us first.
Yeah, she will say, no, free me, and I will acquiesce to your wishes. I just wish to go home. And she sounds as if she's quite sincere.
Insight check. Oh, I can't. Anyway, I can't understand her, so it'd be pointless me doing it.
You can't understand her, so you
just
can have
roll
an
the
insight
When we
check.
had something we could use to understand her.
Oh dear, somebody might need to.
Or, yeah, she
Or-
sounds quite sincere. I mean, obviously, this is an alien creature. This is a lizard that's talking to you. But the closest you've seen, she sounds like an upset little girl. All of a sudden, she sounds like, you know.
I'd say we'll leave the bindings on. We'll take her straight back to the village.
Yeah.
But you until we deliver her to the chief. Sorry, she's staying tied up because I don't want her running off again and either killed or us getting killed.
As you free the other lizard folk, they followed her. These are her people.
Yeah.
And she will speak to them on your behalf, and she will say, look, look what I've done. Look what I've done to us. It's all my fault. I'm sorry, my people. Like this. And she turns to you and says, please, please, I can't return. We can't return. We have to redeem ourselves. We can't return like this. Please don't send us back.
Your father has requested that you come back because he could not follow you.
Okay. So
As
what we'll
much
do,
as
we'll take
you've
this.
broken rules. He has
Yeah.
requested your return.
Okay. So we'll take this away from the forest now. We'll say that you've managed to get all of these out, and you're sort of relatively safe. If you were thinking of leaving the forest temple altogether.
Unless anyone wants to have a look round for anything. But I think
No,
it's worth
no.
a chat with her.
So roll persuasion then, Sammi.
Nice. 21.
21. She'll say, well, if you insist, but my father will have no choice. He will have to kill us for what we've done, and it's all my fault. I was offered power. I was stupid. I was reckless, but I did not know it would come to this.
Karen will probably
mean-
turn around and say, what
Is
is she saying?
And I'll respond with she is basically being a stupid little shit and been told that she'll get power and bollocks like that, and she's now regretful of her actions. But if she returns to the village and the rest of them that return, they will be killed.
Karen will kind of like slowly walk up towards her, and he'll kind of get right in her face, almost like kind of like neck kind of region like this, and he'll just kind of like whisper to her and go, translate this for me. This is your own fucking fault. Almost like a completely different demeanor, and then he'll walk off.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll
Well,
translate and say he basically says you fucked it, and
Yeah.
it's
So
by your word.
yeah. So she
We'll let the
sags and
others-
she says, I know it's my fault. I know, but these are my followers.
let the
These
others go.
But they
Tell
won't.
the injured they can go.
They won't
Oh.
leave. They won't leave my side. If we sort of style this as Vorana's translating all of this now.
Yeah.
So what Valmeet will tell you is that as a young girl, she was promised that she would be the next leader of the tribe. But she was reckless throughout all of her youth, and she gathered all of these followers until the day came where she decided it was time for her to ascend to chieftain of the tribe. But her father said she wasn't ready, and she was vain and stupid, and she reacted badly when she met the gnolls, and they offered her an alternative. They offered her power, which she wanted to take. What she didn't know is that the gnolls intended to gather a large force, and they also intended to summon demons, which is something that Chloris, the night leader,
Mother of dragons.
has forbid in Talia, in this land. She rules all. And that's why Prasinon was holding the council. The Fang of Yeenagu blamed Valmeet, and Valmeet was unable to convince Prasinon that it wasn't her. That led to the realization that she and all of her people were going to be sacrificed to become more, to summon more demons. and what she intends as you're walking through the forest, as she's still bound, and what she intends to do with her followers is redeem herself and her people in the eyes of her father and stop the rest of the gnolls, whatever their insidious plot is. She's aware that Yeenagu, their sort of patron demon lord, is involved, but there's another entity. There's something else behind all of this, something to do with these black pyramids, an elemental force, something to do with chains. And she's asking if you free her, she will dedicate her life to fighting this, finding it and fighting this evil.
Can I just ask what I can't think of her name now, but Brassington's mother, so the Wormling's mother, so the Wormling himself, what he was doing at the council and what his opinion was, because obviously if she's banned demon summoning, the gnolls are summoning, where does she sit on this? Where did they sit on this in the council?
So she will say, Chloris, the great old green dragon, has forbidden demon summoning. Prasanad was informed, she assumes, by you that the gnolls were summoning demons, and he was therefore bound by his mother's word to investigate. Which is why the council was held. And this is the exchange that Kairon was there to listen to. Obviously, he couldn't understand it, but that was the story.
Was there going to be any retribution for the fact that they were summoning?
Possibly. It would need to be reported, and it's been outlawed. So the only other thing that she now says as you're leaving camp is, if this Fang of Inigo appeared, it's possible that Presenon is no longer alive.
Who? Say that again.
The Wormling.
Ah, Brassing. Is it worth having a quick wander back to the temple then? Because he means that's where we last saw him. I mean, would we go back that way anyway, or would we
See,
be
my kind of
walking
thought
back?
process is at the minute is dragging her back to her dad. You know, she's fucked up. Let him make the justice. Let him make the decision.
Okay, well, you've
I'm
rolled
completely neutral about it, so I'll go with the flow.
So Sammi rolled or Vorana rolled a 21 for the persuasion. That was the persuasion roll. So that can happen. You'll talk her into it, and she'll say, "So be it. If my father wants to kill us for what we've done, but I can try and talk him round." But you're not far away from the camp, so you could still go
we'll do.
and recce to see what's happened to Prasinon if you needed to.
I'm happy for that. If
See, my kind of thought process at the minute is, we went to the Lizard Men and they said that they wanted us to get back his daughter, which we've done. That was the mission. Bring the daughter back. We've just stumbled across something else. I think we complete one thing and move on to the next. That'd be Kairon's thought process. Is kind of
That's
awakened. Fair. This is what we needed to do. We bring her back.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
yeah, ultimately, this is what her father has asked of us. And I can attempt to try and put a word in of
Yeah,
rather
we
than
can
killing
try
your
and
only
act
daughter.
as character witnesses. See if we can talk about any badness. That's absolutely fine.
So yeah, take it back here and follow us back to the village.
Okay,
Have a
sound.
word with Kalchik.
Nice. So that is a reasonable point for us to leave the session. Then what we'll do is we'll pick it up next time with Kalchik, the leader, to see what's going to happen with Valmeet. Just have a think if there's anything else I can leave you with. So Valmeet will say that there is a vast horde of gnolls. You've seen them yourself. There was hundreds of them in this cavern. The fact that you've blocked one of their entryways out of the cavern won't keep them there for long. So Valmeet will also tell you that that might be an interesting direction to take. This is that they are prepared for war, and the lizard men aren't ready. If war is imminent, and if the gnolls attack, there aren't enough of the lizard folk in their tribe. So you would have to, she would say, my father will more than likely petition you to try and find other soldiers in this imminent war. Okay?
Yeah.
Leave it there then?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can take a long rest on the way back.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You survived
Yeah.
all of that. I mean, orb now. I'm like a healing machine. I'm enjoying it. Let me turn the thing off.
You dropped a couple of massive